no way, I just lost almost 14K. And it was really bad, really bad. I ended up being in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh man,
So
that's
I'm about to start exposing a lot of people.
oh.
So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Number one Latino podcast in New York, according to my jefecita. You already know. Tonight we have someone very, very special. A close friend of mine, over 10 years in the quinceañera industry, over 10 years as a choreographer. My friend, choreografía de la luz. What's going on, my brother?
yo.
What's going on? Happy New Year, first of
Oh,
all.
yeah. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. You know, it's a new year. Right before we started shooting, you was telling me about how 2024 kicked your ass.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. It wasn't my year, and I feel like I don't. I mean, I went through a lot. Just know I went through a lot, and I'm here to talk about it. And yeah,
Yeah, well, it's a new year. It's a new it's basically a clean slate for everyone. You know, I feel like 2024 kicked a lot of people's asses, including myself.
exactly. Yeah,
But yeah, well, I mean, we have a new year. We have a new chance to restart everything. Whatever you didn't do last year, let's get it done this year because the only thing that doesn't stop is time, and
exactly.
everything else we can get back, but time you can't get back. So yeah, well, let's start. First of all, salud.
Oh yeah.
Check these out. Salud. I say buenas noches, but in reality we're shooting in the morning, so we got the cafecito in the morning.
But before we start the talking, I have a little gift for you.
Oh shit!
Okay,
First
so
gift of the pod, guys.
I went all out because I was like,
Oh shit!
take it out.
Oh damn!
So this for you. If you guys don't know, this is the year of the snake. I think it's, no, of the year. I mean, of the dragon, and basically, yeah, that's what I found out about. In the liquor store, it's the year of the
The dragon. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. In the Chinese
in the Chinese
culture.
yeah.
Wow. Damn, bro. Yo, thank you, bro. I thought this was like because you
Yeah,
brought
'cause
something in, and I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna show us something new. He's gonna pop out with
Yeah.
for his
No.
choreographies. Thank
Well,
you, bro.
muchas
Thank.
bendiciones, and then
Thank you, bro.
but I wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully, a lot of blessings towards you and your family.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And yeah, it's a little gift for you.
Means a lot. I mean, she's little gift. Let me show the camera real quick. Little gift, Deacon. Little gift. Look at this. Sheesh. See, I don't know if you guys could tell. Nice, Don Julio, Dr. Julio later. Know what I mean? Let's put that right here. Thank you, bro.
Mhm.
Put it right here. Sheesh. That's the first gift of the Chill Talk podcast. You're my bad, bro. I didn't get you.
It's all right. Wait, no, I got coffee though.
Coffee, yes,
Yeah,
coffee.
iced
La
coffee.
cafeína. We're caffeinated.
It's really good though.
And motivated. Yes, homemade Colombian
Mm-hmm.
coffee. My favorite kind of coffee, Colombian. Thank you, bro. Really, for real. Thank you. It means a lot. Our friendship is it's been a while now. We've
Yeah,
been friends for a while.
definitely.
We've been in the industry together for a while, and yeah, I would like to get to know. I know you. As much as I can, but a lot of people want to know, including myself. What's the build up to the amazing choreography that I lose that most people know. It's one of the biggest companies in
Yeah.
New York. Tell us a little bit about your starts. We're gonna run it back. When you first started, who inspired you? How did you start? Is there any did you take school for this? What was the what was behind this?
So, okay, so those who don't know me, my name is actually Jose Alberto Nelson Delaluz de Santiago. And basically how I started off my business, I actually took ballroom dancing in school. So that's one thing that
Oh, ballroom dancing.
ballroom
Okay.
dancing. So I took ballroom dancing in school, and I went to after that they basically give you the program outside of the school, and my mom took me there. Even though like my dad wasn't really supportive,
Right.
my mom took me to escondidas, and
Oh wow. So shout out to your mom.
yeah, shout out to my mom. She's a really big supporter, a big supporter of me, and she always did like stuff behind my dad, because my dad
Right.
is like, I don't know if you know. I mean, I live in a Hispanic community, with Hispanic parents. Most of the dads are machistas.
Yeah, they're like a little bit rougher on. Actually, we talked a little bit about this
Hmm.
on my last pod. Well, actually, episode number two. Shout out to my boy DJ Leo. Episode number two is out now. He also talked about a little bit about like how we'll talk about more about our culture, the Mexican culture. We're brought up a little bit more rougher. A
Yeah,
little bit
definitely.
more. You got to do things this way. You're sad, go work. You're there,
Exactly.
this, go work.
Oh,
And unfortunately, to a certain extent, that's kind of good. That's
yeah,
kind of good
yeah,
because that keeps us on our toes and it doesn't let us slack off. But we also, there's certain people that need a little bit more patience, a little bit more comprehension in their
exactly. Yeah,
passions. In my point of view, well, in my story at least, my father was actually the supportive one, but that might be because of what I wanted to do, music
yeah,
and all of the, you can say or can't say. I don't want to sound like like there's only guy DJs, but because it was like more like a it's more now. There's amazing girl DJs, but back then it was like more heavy a male influence in the DJ community. So maybe that's what it was. But he was always supportive. My mom, on the other hand, was the
yeah,
opposite. She didn't
yeah.
want me to be in this. But yeah, definitely in the Mexican culture. I think it's changing now a little bit. I
Yeah,
think
definitely. I could say that. Yeah,
me as a father, I'm definitely trying to be more like whatever my son wants to do, I'm all for it. I'm supportive no matter what he wants to do. As long as it's his dream and he loves it,
yeah,
I'm all for it. But it's changing a little bit. But definitely we were raised a little bit
yeah,
rougher.
definitely. Like I was saying, my dad was a little bit machista, and he didn't want me to take dancing serious,
Right.
and as me as a person that I really didn't understand, like the Mexican parenting.
Right.
I actually told my mom, like, I really want to go dance in the city, like I something that I really liked, and I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot. And my mom took me to the city, even though it was really expensive. The classes were really expensive. It was like, well, like at least $200
Oh wow.
monthly.
Oh wow.
And my dad, like I said, all the income was coming from my dad.
Right.
So whatever
Right.
money that my mom had, like, she would save it. She would save it, and she would actually use it to pay my classes. And like I said, I really appreciate my mom. I really love her. And so basically, I started dancing there. I did ballroom dancing for 5 years, and
Okay.
then
Cool.
from there, what's it called?
So you have time in this. It's not like you
Yes,
just did it one
yes.
year and you were like, oh, like
Yeah,
as a
no,
hobby. No, you
exactly.
really
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah,
So,
I really
which
loved
is
it.
probably why, like, the
Hmm.
reason why you're so successful in this business and your career is going the way it's going.
Yeah, I
It's
really
not
love.
nothing new.
Yeah, no, it's nothing new, and I really loved it. And then basically, there was a point in my lifetime that my mom couldn't afford it no more.
Oh man.
Like,
Okay.
she told me, like, you have to. I'm sorry, but I can't pay no more. It was during the Great Recession.
Okay.
I think it was 2008, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. Like, there was no jobs.
Right.
Like, my dad lost his job. Like, my mom, like, she was basically always in the house cleaning.
Like a stay-at-home
Yeah, yeah,
mom.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and my mom told me, definitely, I can't pay this no more. If you want, like, I could, like you could do karate or soccer.
Right.
I
Something a little
just
bit more
exactly
accessible.
more affordable.
Yeah.
I did soccer for like 1 month. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
I
Okay.
didn't like it. I felt like it wasn't for me. Every time the ball kept like coming through like towards me, I felt like no, like,
Nah, you
like,
get flinched.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, no, like,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah. And then I did karate for like at least like 4 months. And then from there, I really liked karate. It was something that was really like productive in my life.
Right.
And but then, like I said, I kind of lost the passion for it.
Right. It was more of a hobby,
Exactly, a
and
hobby.
then
Yes.
compared to like
Hmm.
the
Dancing.
dancing, no
Yeah.
matter what sort of dancing, it was you loved it. It's not you
Exactly.
liked it. It was not like
Hmm.
a thing you do for that season. You love that's what you wanted to do.
Yep. And yeah, and then after that, I fell in love with dancing again when my cousin did her 15s. So
Okay.
she had like Paige Chamelanes, and
Do you remember who the choreographer was or what?
honestly, I know his name was Eric. His
Eric.
name
Okay.
was Eric. He's like an OG
OG. Okay.
choreographer. So I just saw those guys dance like crazy. It was really like the choreography was sharp, clean, precise, and I was
Mm.
like, no way. I'm like, I need to be
You're
able to
like
do it.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
it.
I want
Like,
to do.
I want to do that. But since me and my cousin were not close,
Right.
I didn't like mind asking who what company was it and
Right.
stuff
Right.
like
Right.
that. So I just kept like trying to like see if I was able to find on Instagram like what company was it, and I did.
Right.
And and basically I fell in love with that group. Just couldn't like I wasn't fit in order to be in that group because all those guys were skinny, tall, güeritos,
Right. Right.
and I was like, I was chubby. I'm
Right.
still chubby, but
Estamos. The holidays. The
estamos.
holidays.
I just felt like like mentally, like I wasn't ready to be part of any group because
Right.
of me being chubby.
Right.
So
Do you think that was
then,
like a blocking thing for you? Like what I told you earlier
mhm,
before we started recording, I was
yeah,
telling Nelson that I didn't want to shoot content or do any of this podcasting because I also would look at myself and
yeah,
be
yeah,
like, I'm not ready for it. Like, I have to lose a little bit of weight or I have to do this. It didn't have to do with any of that. As long as you're secure and you love it, then just do it.
just
But
go
I
for it.
understand where you're coming from that, that like, I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Physically, I
Yeah,
don't think I'm there
physically.
yet.
Yeah, no, and basically, like I was telling you, I felt like I wasn't, ready to be part of that group. And then after my first cousin 15, my other cousin 15 was happening, and I was like actually, one of the chamelanes. And when I was at chamelan, my teacher, I mean, the person who was teaching my cousin was my uncle.
Okay.
Okay, my uncle. And then from there, my uncle had no patience with kids.
Right.
He had no patience, and every single time like someone would talk in English, he would think that they're making fun of him.
Right.
So he dropped the court. So
Oh.
then that's when actually I told my cousin. My cousin was stressing because her party was 1 month. She had
One more month.
one more month
Right.
to prepare, and I see my cousin struggling. No one was paying attention to her. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step in. Like I'm like, look,
You were like, this is my time to
yeah, this is my
shine.
time. I was like, that my mom took me to dancing, so I have a dancing
Yeah, you
experience.
have experience.
I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying
No, we had something to back you up.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm there with my cousin, doing the choreography. And at the end of the day, at the day the party came, everyone loved it. Everyone fell in love with the
So would you
choreography.
say it was kind of like it was definitely meant to be, but that was kind of like an accidental push that got you to do
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I feel like if my uncle didn't drop the core, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
be
might have
here.
never tried it.
And yeah,
You
I
might
would
have
have never
never
tried
like
it.
been like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna try to, you know, maybe find someone that's doing their quince or, maybe not even necessarily get paid, but just find someone that I can help them out with. But that opportunity like arose,
Yeah,
you
exactly. It
know?
just came up. It came up, and I took advantage of it. And later on, my tia gets calls from her friends who did the choreography. Like it was
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, mi sobrino lo hizo." So that actually, my mom was like, "Why don't you start your own business?" I
Right.
was like, "No, I'm not ready." Like like honestly, no.
And this was
So
when? I'm sorry to interrupt,
this
but
was in 2012.
oh, so
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So basically, her party was June 29th, 2020. 2012. I'm sorry. So basically, yeah. So that was the day of her party, and like I said, my sister, my tia got so many calls, and at first I was thinking about it. I was like, should I do it or not? But then I was like, no. And then my tia was like, why don't you join a team, right?
Right.
I called teams like back then, I don't know if you guys know Julio, but he's actually a big team, He's
Right.
an OG basically. Julio
Julio.
Hill.
Julio. Oh,
Yeah.
shout out to
So shout out to
Saludos,
Julio.
Julio.
Julio it's actually back then he was considered as one of the OGs.
Okay.
So
One of the
basically,
ones that started
yeah,
their wave in
exactly.
New York.
So I ended up calling him. He said that there was no spots available because he did my cousin's decorations.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when my tío was like, join his team. Like I heard he has he runs his tamelanes.
Right, right.
But then I called him. He said there was no space.
Right. Okay.
So basically, I let it be, right. And then my friend calls me last minute saying, "Hey Nelson, I need you to be part of my quince. One of my friends dropped out, and the party is literally next month."
Oh, damn. So like
And
another almost similar opportunity.
exactly. And I was like, I'm like, is it meant to be? Like,
Yeah, it was just
and
like
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go
God sending you
exactly.
signals.
So I told her yes, why not, and I ended up going to basically do the first
Right.
practice. Well, for me,
Right.
basically, and once we did her quinceañera, the teacher who taught her actually had a rental, like también tenía el grupo de chamelanes
Okay.
rentados. And I actually asked him, hey, like, I offered myself, like, hey, do you need any chamelanes? I'm able to do it. I really want to be part of your team. And basically I did, and he accepted me. And shout out to CMG, Don Clemente. I was
Oh,
part
shout
of
out.
his, his company. But
So
then,
fue él como que te dio la primera oportunidad,
yeah, basically my
like your
opportunity
first
to be.
opportunity to.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
him.
shout out to him. I did learn a lot from him. I did learn, like, I was literally like always with him 24/7. I was literally always like learning new things from him
Right.
as well. And I really love dancing. So no matter, like, for example, we would have had practice, I would have stayed with him extra just to see and observe.
Right.
So, but then I'm gonna be honest. Me being chubby, it's always been like something that affected me, like,
Right.
and honestly, um, you know, some people do follow me. So if I'm gonna say this, it's because some of his chamelanes used to bully me.
Oh,
So one
okay.
of the big things that really, like, kind of like wanted me not to do this no more is because his chamelanes used to bully me.
Okay.
So for me, like,
And this was sorry to interrupt. When this was like now we're in the timeline. This was like
mhm.
what 2013, 14?
It was actually the same year,
Oh, same year.
2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what age were you there?
I was there for like let's say, probably like 6 months.
But what age
What do you
were you
mean?
around there?
Oh, there I was like 14, 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it kind
yeah,
of like, a vulnerable spot to be in.
yeah.
Definitely, you're kind of, that's when you're like hitting puberty and you're like growing as a teen, and then this is when probably it affects you the
The
most,
most, yes.
of the like you battling with like your weight or whatever. I mean, we've all gone through it, I've
Yeah.
gone through it, and I really know what it feels like, of like
I
you not liking yourself and then making it even worse, someone else telling you how
exactly.
bad you look, even if you don't look bad, but like they'll like be like, oh, especially making fun of you, it's
Yeah,
definitely
but I feel like back then the like you don't like right now you don't hear that much about like people bullying like other
right,
kids.
because now you'll get
Yeah,
canceled.
exactly, exactly.
That's not
Not
good. Don't bully.
Yeah, don't
Don't bully.
bully. No, but honestly, like back then, bully was really like a big topic,
Yeah,
a big
yeah, I
topic,
remember. Yeah.
a big topic. So I used to get bullied, and in his team, and honestly, like I just said, I'm not doing this no more. I told my mom, like, I don't want to do it no more. And my mom was like, okay, pero una cosa así, si tú vas a hacer chamelán, lo terminas porque lo terminas. Like, one thing
Okay,
about my mom that she taught me is, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna finish it, because no lo vas no lo vas a dejar a
that's
medias,
amazing.
you know.
Yeah.
That's
If
what
you
my
start
mom.
something, you finish it basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's some of the energy I've needed. Some of the energy, and that's amazing, amazing advice from your mom, because I've dealt with that a lot of my life too, of like where I just start something, or maybe I'm like, oh, let me try to nibble into this business. Let me just spark it, and then I leave it alone. I say I'm gonna do this.
Or you lose motivation.
Yeah, or basically, so most of the time, like, you get excited of the idea of doing it, but then when it's time to actually, commit, you're like, I don't know. So it's great. That's great advice, because I've been running on that energy lately for like the past year, and then definitely this year with the Cheetah Talk podcast, because I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I literally said the same thing. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna invest time, money, and energy, because my guests like yourself deserve a good, outlet to give their story and stuff like that. And I don't want to half-ass it. I want to make sure it looks, hopefully you guys liked, the latest couple of episodes. But I've been putting, my most energy. Like I run also my business, the Nova Events business, and I've been putting honestly more energy into this because I also the Nova Events business is like a self-sustaining business now. So like you get the calls, and it's like it's not like when you started.
Yeah.
This is brand new, so it's taking up a lot of my energy. But that advice, like it's in the back of my head all the
Exactly.
time.
Yeah.
If you start something, finish
Finish
it.
it.
But yeah, that's great advice your mom gave you.
Yeah, so that basically, I finished the quarter that I was doing with him, and then I got out, and then I was like, I had an Instagram back then, with only like what, like 50 followers,
Right.
only my cousins and like few
Compared to his
people.
like
Yeah.
$6,
Okay.
you had a different one,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, that's another story, but like, yeah, I literally had an account that had almost like 14,000 followers,
Damn.
and I lost that account because I clicked a link, and basically how I lost that account was because
14,000 is
yeah,
crazy.
yo, that day I was crying.
Oh man, I would
That
be too.
day I was mad. I was practicing in Jersey. I remember this, and I'm sitting down, and I get a message from one of my dancers.
A DM.
Yeah, a DM, like and he was like, "Hey Nelson, like, can you help me out?" And I was like, "Sure." He was like, "So I lost my password for Facebook. I need you to I need you to send me your number so I could send you a link so you could help me get in."
Right,
So I
right.
was like, but then I was like, "How's your mom?" Because I was like, it seemed like sketchy.
Right,
So I
right.
was like, "Hey, so how's your mom? This and that." Oh, my mom is good. Like, so the person was talking like,
Oh, so you kind of caught on to like it's a
yes,
scam or something.
yes.
Okay.
So, but then he was telling me a little bit about like like his mom. So I was like, oh, so it's probably it is him.
Yeah, like
So matters when I clicked the button,
boom,
boom,
disappeared.
yeah, the whole page went blank. I was crying because I was like, how? Like I was like, no way! I just lost almost 14K followers, and I was really upset. I even like told the guys, I left home early, and I left the guys in Jersey because I was so mad. I was so
Wow.
mad, and I was like, you know what? I'm leaving, guys. I'm gonna go home. I'm not feeling it, to be honest.
Wow. I mean, I would be mad too, cause building a following now it's a little bit easier,
Yeah,
but
yeah, definitely.
before, damn, yeah. But still, I mean, you're in a great path. What are you at? Like almost 7,000?
Yeah, no, no, right now. Okay, so another story, guys. So that account, I lost my password and I wasn't able to
Oh
get
my
in. So
god,
I
no te
was
digo.
literally almost reaching to 6K, and now I have to start another one.
So
So
hopefully this pod will link his
literally,
Instagram. Let's
literally,
try to help him out, guys. Let's build that.
I'm almost up to 4K. So
All right, we're getting
yeah,
there
we're getting
slowly,
there. We're
slow
getting
and
there
steady.
slowly and steady. Yeah, exactly.
But oh man, that's you've been
Yeah, 3 times, like literally 2 times. I'm just like,
write your password down, bro.
I know. I think I'm gonna do that. But no, honestly, like,
And
yeah.
don't click links.
Literally, guys, do not do that because now it's
Yeah.
like it's right now. It's man easy to like scam people.
Yeah, there's a lot of scams with the oh you have a TD bank or you have this and you have
Yeah,
that,
especially with crypto too. Like,
yeah, that's why I don't try to get into anything I
mm,
don't know nothing of it. So if they tell you and you don't know nothing of it, do your research, guys. I know a lot of my friends or a lot of people that I know that have gotten scammed, and it freaking
yeah,
sucks.
it
It
sucks.
sucks.
Yeah,
I've gotten scammed, but it's like you put your card in a
yeah,
certain place, at a certain sketchy gas station or something, and then boom. The last year I was like, I don't know where like my whole bank account got drained. One of my bank accounts
damn,
just got drained. And I was freaking out. And then I called like, the service representative from like Citibank, and I'm like, hey, by the way, my account's blank. Like, and I had just gotten a bunch of deposits and all that. And I'm like, and with the calmest voice, they were like, okay, we'll look into it. I was like, are you serious? Like, am I gonna get my money back? We'll figure it out.
yeah,
Like, bro,
it's yeah,
it was crazy. Like, they started like a whole police investigation, all of this. But thank God, shout out to the employee, the sales rep or whatever,
yeah,
customer
yeah.
service rep.
Customer service.
Got my money. It took like a month and a half, but I got it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
That no,
yeah.
that's good because some people don't get their money
Yeah,
back.
so they
Some
have
people they don't
insurance
get.
for it, like when you get scam
Hmm.
like that. But man, it sucks when you get scammed. Like, people are just I don't know, man.
Yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, I have 50 followers on Instagram, and I was just like going through my page, and I see a page of chamelanes, right? And this group is in Texas.
Right.
Shout out to Primitive Cadets.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, they're making big moves over
Yeah,
there since like a while now. I've been
literally,
hearing about them.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
So shout
Primitive
out to
Cadets.
Primitive
Shout
Cadets.
out to the West Coast too.
Yeah,
All the West Coast are
literally.
making big moves.
Yeah, no, Texas is a big state with this industry of
Yeah, Texas is
quinceañeras.
a big the dancing culture is very big over there. It's kind of like even New York is picking up a little bit on it. Like the East Coast is picking
Oh
up a
yeah,
little bit
definitely.
on the that type of style of dancing. Here we're not that heavy because for people that are not from New York, we're not that heavy on that because just the diversity in New York is so huge. You go to the corner store and it's like, you can get halal food and you walk 2 steps down, you can get tacos and you walk 3 steps down,
Chinese.
Chinese food. That's just an example of the people that it's a melting pot
And
here.
another thing I feel because it's time too, because I feel like out of state like you have like one job and then like you just focus on your extra time with doing
Yeah,
your
that is true.
hobbies and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Here you need to have 3 jobs,
yeah. It's a
three
fast
or
life
two
in New York.
jobs,
Yeah, it's a fast
and
life.
time goes by so quick that you don't notice.
Yeah, it's definitely they in New York. That's why all New Yorkers are mad all the time
Yeah,
because we're
literally.
trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, if you go on
You
the
know,
train, literally like you
like,
can't touch no one because why you pushing me? So what's
yeah.
up?
Not all
No,
of New York is like that, but most of it.
most of them, most of them.
But
No, but
yeah,
yeah, no. Shout out to them because I got motivated because I would see like their stories like how the teacher would treat them like going out doing photo shoots, doing
yeah, like
video
taking it super
shoots.
serious.
Yes, and I'm like I got inspired and I was
Right.
like, you know what? I'm gonna start a company. I'm gonna start my own company. And my mom, I told my mom the idea of having the company, and
Right.
she was like, go for it. And by you means like I'm gonna be honest. My mom, she gave me $30,
Okay.
and she like with these $30, you're gonna make business cards,
Oh wow.
business
So
cards,
your mom
and
was really
yeah,
supportive. Wow, that's
honestly, yeah.
amazing.
And with like literally like $30, I did like what like 100 business cards.
Yeah.
Like they were cheap back then. They
Yeah,
were
yeah,
really
back then,
cheap. I
yeah.
mean, I think they're still cheap, but like but if you want the good
Yeah, the
qualities,
good
yeah, yeah,
quality.
yeah. But right, I made the simple business cards. If you don't know this, my company was not called Choreography
The loose.
Delaluz. It was called Choreography N and J. So
And,
I and J.
so double N J.
Yeah, and like the N and then
Oh, and the J.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
got it.
yeah.
We'll put it out on the screen if you don't get
Yeah,
it.
I'll send you a picture,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it used to be called N and J because I used to work with another person that started the business with me, but then he just like basically wasn't putting the effort and the
Right. They
dedication
didn't have the
into
same vision you did.
exactly.
Okay.
So he ended up like leaving, so I ended up changing my name into just choreography that I
Career for
lose.
the okay, which
Yes.
is probably one of the best decisions
Hmm.
you've made because
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
everybody like you say in here in the in this space, at least in the quinceañera and the wedding industry, you mentioned De La Luz, and most people know who they're talking. Who we're talking about. I've had it a lot of the times where I ask them like even myself like, oh, who's your choreographer, and they're like, oh, so and so. I'm like, oh yeah, kind of don't know him. And then
Hmm.
they mention De La Luz. Oh, that's gonna be a good
Yeah.
choreography, and it's good that you've built that name. Unfortunately, it sucks that you lost your followers,
Yeah, no,
but the
it
name
sucks,
stays.
but
The
it stays. It
name
always
stays.
stays.
Yeah, so it's good that you definitely went solo because you're at the end of the day it was like you have a vision and you went
Yeah.
for it.
So like I said, the he didn't have the same vision, so he just left, and even though like he left, he started his own stuff, but
Okay.
pero no le fue bien. I'm not saying like it was
Like
a
you wish it upon him,
yeah,
but
but
that's just what happened.
le fue mal. But anyways, and then basically my mom helped me with the $30, and honestly, I'm really grateful with those $30
Yo,
because
big shout out to your mom
literally
because
she
anybody that
really
I mean, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. You have to
support.
support no matter what it is. Support, and especially if you see someone that has the dedication and the drive and the love for what they want to do. Like
Yeah.
man, like I'm telling you, it's just beautiful to see. At least me, I'm a father. My son really likes like he makes like crazy stuff out of Legos.
Oh, okay,
And I
okay.
tell him like, come on, man, like you leave, like I be stepping on these Legos all the time. Like, come on, like you gotta pick your Legos up. But if we find something nice, we think
Yeah.
about his passion, not because it's like it's worth this much, or it's just because we know he's gonna make something really cool of it, and God knows maybe he becomes an architect because of it.
Yeah,
He makes like
yeah.
crazy
O
buildings.
I didn't care hacer
Yeah,
cosas.
yeah, you don't know, so
Yeah,
it's
inventor,
amazing.
inventor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's amazing that your mom fueled it the way she
yeah.
did, and Yeah, big shout out to your mom. What's your mom's name?
Candelaria.
Candelaria. Shout
Yeah,
out to
Candelaria.
Doña Candelaria, making choreography de la luz what it is now.
Yeah, I love my mom so much. But yeah, no, I started with those $30, and like I said, I gave them out to my high school friends, and I gave it out to like in middle school.
Right.
Yeah, and little by little, I kept getting calls. At first, I was doing it for free. I'm not gonna lie, I was doing it
I feel
for
like that's
free.
how we all started. No
Yeah,
matter what you were, like me too. I was DJing for
yeah,
free. Somebody
and
called me,
it,
hey, so you want to come put music? Hell yeah.
yeah, exactly. No, because you get like you get like a lot of people seeing
Yeah,
your
that's how
stuff.
you're supposed to
Yeah,
start. Because one, you don't have the responsibility of like you have to perform well because you're getting paid. No. And I feel like that's when you perform the best, honestly, when you do it because you want to go do it. The same thing what I was telling you about the pod. Like when people want to come actively to be guests on the pod, it flows so nice because you want to be there. You want to be dancing. You want to be teaching somebody how to dance because that's what you love. And no matter whether you're getting paid or not, now it's a different story because now it's a
yeah.
business. But at my beginnings as well, like, before there was the hooky parties, and they would hit
Oh
me, yeah, they were
yeah,
like, yo, we need a DJ. I didn't have no gear. I had my laptop, man, like a beat up laptop and whatever. But when I saw people dance or perrea, whatever,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
I was like, yo, I'm gonna make it big.
yeah.
One day this is gonna turn into something, and that vision keeps you alive. It's like, all right, let's keep going. And that's another thing. You get to people know you, from there. A lot of people book me now that were in those hooky parties to do their weddings, to their children's like baptism and first birthdays. So
Yeah,
at
and
one
you
point it's gonna pay off.
it's gonna pay off. Yeah, like I'm just gonna say that if you have something in mind, like just do it, but don't think that like if you don't see like working, if you don't see it like working out, like
Immediately.
just yeah, like have
Yeah,
patience,
definitely,
because
definitely.
that's one thing like like you need to have in order to start a business: patience and dedication towards what
Yeah,
you're
tell me
doing.
about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah,
It's that's a good point to touch on because a lot of people they don't see that there's so much struggle behind what we do. They see that we're getting posted in so many people's stories and we're in this expo and we're doing this and we're in this and we have a party every weekend and they think that comes easy. And there's a
yeah,
lot
exactly.
of
Yeah.
work behind it, a lot of stress. Like you were just on the call right before we hopped on the pod. You were just on the call with a client. It's hard work, and it's not like what I've realized in the past couple years that I restarted my business because basically that's what I did.
Yeah.
Is that it's not a straight up hill. And that's maybe me my young age and being naive. I thought that it was just gonna be like, oh, once people started fucking with me and I started getting contracts and after contract, that's it. I'm going straight
Yeah.
up. But you don't realize it's still a business.
It's
So
still
there's gonna be
business.
bad times. There's gonna be times where like whatever it is. Maybe it's because people don't have the money for it. Maybe it's because A, B, or C, whatever it is. Your success might fall a little bit,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that it's all the way
Starts to
down.
like
It
go
just
down.
might be a
Yeah.
little plateau, a little hiccup. Maybe you have to adjust either your
Fix things.
pricing or something, whatever it is, but you never give up just because of that, or you never give up because it's not working out. You've been, how many years total you've been doing this?
12 years.
12 years, and we're still, you got the struggle of the losing the followers and the this and the that,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of that goes down, with, having a business, and we're still in it. That's
Yeah.
why one of the points of this podcast is to show people that are, whether it's in the quinceañera industry, whether it's in the nightlife industry, in the fitness or whatever, that are still struggling and they're still in the grind to one day become, an
Like the
amazing,
very best.
and then, and maybe in a couple months, a couple of years, we'll have, choreography that I lose back with like,
Like 14K.
with
Oh,
no,
that's my goal, but
or just,
even more. Yeah,
you
yeah.
never know. You always strive for the most. You never know. Like I want to open like a big warehouse and I want
Yeah.
to do this and you may have like teams in Philly, teams in
Yeah.
California, teams in this, all with the lose name spread out.
Yeah,
You have your
exactly.
office here. Yeah. You
Like
gotta
have this like different like instructors or teams
yeah.
like in these states. Yeah.
And it doesn't come overnight.
No, it
It's a
doesn't.
struggle, and
No.
it's good that you point that out because
Investments too. Like
yeah, a
invest,
lot of
invest.
investments. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of investments, and we didn't have the capital for it.
Mhm.
We didn't have the money for it, but one way or another, we made it happen.
Yeah.
With what we had and what God gave us, we made it happen, and we're still making it happen.
Actually, yeah.
But yeah, that's an amazing story, especially about your mom. That's like not only is she fueling this energy, she's giving you like very very important advice and smart advice that I think of. But yeah, man, it's amazing that you've done this this amazing career. What you got going on this year?
So this year I'm actually starting again my YouTube channel, but I'm actually like, I did started like before, but I wasn't constantly. I wasn't like,
Right.
like really like putting my head into YouTube. But now this year I feel like I'm gonna be investing a lot in YouTube, putting on like vlogs, on videos, like behind the scenes.
Okay, and you got anything out right now?
Yes, yes, yes,
All right,
yes.
so
So
we'll link it in the description
yeah,
below.
so just know in a couple of months, like some of the videos are gonna be uploaded on YouTube on my channel. So you guys are able to see like the behind the behind of
The scenes.
the scenes of making a choreography. How is the process? With my chambelanes, with the quinceañeras,
Right.
because I do hear sometimes stories like, oh, but I heard chambelan like the rented chambelanes sometimes like they don't pay attention to the quinceañera,
Right.
or sometimes like the chamelanes are playing around.
Yeah.
So with us you're gonna see the process, how my chamelanes are, and how they behave in the quinceañeras, and basically the dancing too. So that's something big I'm gonna do this year. And yeah, and I'm not changing my name, but I am rebranding like the logo and making it like something new, like
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have a
yeah.
new rebranding of Choreography Delaluz and the Delaluz YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
Oh, and then one more thing. I am gonna have a new business. I'm not gonna say what,
Ooh.
but I'm just gonna, once I have everything like settled, you'll see what business I'm gonna have. But it is like something with the industry
In the
quinceañera.
industry. Okay.
Yeah. But time will
Time will
tell.
tell.
Yeah.
Okay, well, stay tuned for that. A lot of projects coming up for you for
Mm-hmm.
2025. Well, that's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool that 25, 2025 is hopefully treats you a lot better than
Yes,
2024. Talk a
definitely.
little bit about what happened in 2024. Like you were telling me a little bit about
Yeah.
what happened. I'm like, hold on, wait till the pod, wait till we
Yeah.
start recording.
No, so 2024 taught me a lot of lessons. Taught me a lot of lessons that has to do with like betrayal, like
Sheesh.
also who's really right
Excuse me.
there. No, who's really gonna be there for me, and shout out to my dancers who stayed, knowing that the struggles that I went through, with my, me going to the hospital, me losing clients, me, like having clients like not believing me no more, I went through a lot, first the first thing that I went through, my right hand went paralyzed.
Oh
Like I
wow, I didn't
paralyzed
know
my
this.
right hand. So it ended up being a shoulder sprain.
Okay.
So I ended up going to the hospital, but it's because I worked in Target.
Okay.
So basically, I tried to pick up a pallet
Right.
because the jack the jack the power jack that used to pull the pallet like towards like the floor,
Right.
it didn't have batteries.
Mm.
So I wanted to push it out, and then I heard like a
Mr.
little like,
Chingon over here.
yeah, I
Like
know,
I
and
got
I heard like a
it.
little crack on my shoulder, but I didn't think of
You didn't think much of it.
yeah.
Okay.
And then whatever, and then the next day I ended up riding a bike and I fell.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
so so that made it worse. So and I woke up and I was like, I'm like, why I can't feel my right hand? And I was like, maybe it's numb. I
All
slept
right.
wrong. Nope, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't move my
Wow.
fingers, nothing. And I ended up going to the hospital, and they ended up telling me it was a shoulder sprain, and just let it heal. They put a cast and everything, and then and
Well, at
then
least it was nothing more
yeah, it wasn't
serious.
serious.
Nothing more
But
serious,
then the
no.
second time I went to the hospital, it was really serious. I ended up like having una hernia.
Okay.
So I ended up like doing surgery on me, and it was like really bad, like really bad. I ended up being in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh man.
And at that same time when I went to the hospital, I lost my phone. I lost my phone. I had all my contacts there, all my, everything basically.
Right.
And because literally like, I had so much pain that I fainted. And I
Oh
left my
shoot.
stuff in the chair when I fainted. So when I fainted, I woke up in the bed. I was like, "What the hell?"
You woke up
Like,
in the hospital.
yeah, no, I was in the hospital already. I was in the ER, but I was waiting for
Oh.
my
Oh.
turn,
Okay. Okay.
and I fainted. And basically, when I fainted, like I like literally I dropped everything, and I guess I dropped my phone like
Somewhere. Yeah.
somewhere, and when I woke up, I was like what the hell, like, you know,
Where's
like
my stuff?
where's my stuff? Where am I? Like, you know, well, no, not where am I, but you know, like
Yeah,
why
you
am I
were like,
here? Like,
yeah.
yeah, I was surprised, like, you know, but yeah, I'll end up being in the hospital for 2 weeks. And that same week that I end up being in the hospital, I had like at least four quinceañeras like party coming up, and three of them canceled on me.
Wow.
Three of them canceled on me. They didn't believe that I was in the hospital, and I even with like the proofs that I sent that I
Yeah.
was in the hospital, they didn't believe that I was in the hospital. You know, there were a lot of new quinceañeras that
But
was
why did they cancel? Because you didn't show up to practice or something?
I didn't show up to practice because I
Okay.
lost my phone, and you know, and there was no way for me to communicate with them. There was no
Okay.
way, and then like, you know, when I got my phone back, um, basically I got the messages like donde
Damn.
estás, like, you know, like you so unprofessional, shala, you know, so many things that I was like, I was in the hospital, like I was in the hospital, like dying, like, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's oh man, that's a fear of mine. I had it happen in
mhm.
2023. Shout out to my boy Magic. He helped me out. DJ Magic. I same thing. I had something else going on in my stomach as well. I was hospital only for a week. Oh,
Yeah,
it's the worst week of my life. If you've been in a hospital bed before, man, I don't wish it upon anybody
no,
because
literally,
you can't do anything. You can't. You have to abide by. And God bless the medics and the nurses and everybody. But it's horrible
it's
being in
horrible.
that. You
Yeah,
feel vulnerable. You can't do anything. And then when you run a business like this, it's not like when you. I mean, not to talk bad about anybody that has like a regular job or anything, but when you have a business like this and your name is on the front of the line, your reputation, people will talk bad about you or whatever, like that gives you so much pressure. And it's insane because in that moment that I was in same position as you, I
yeah,
had two events going on. Actually, I had so much going on. I was able to fight through the pain, but the same thing, like as soon as I got to the hospital, like I fainted.
yeah,
And then they took me in or whatever. But when I woke up, the first thing I thought was like, shoot, my events, and it was like one day out to my events. How am I gonna go DJ when I'm like
yeah,
this. So once again, shout out to my boy DJ Magic. I hit up one of my boys and I was like, yo, bro, can you help me out? Are you free to take this event for me? And he held it down. He pulled up. Performed amazing. Uh, but yeah, it sucks that we can't. We have to perform whether it's through a cold,
yeah.
flu, maybe sometimes even family passing, and you can't. You have to change that face to perform for like somebody else's special event, and yeah, it's a lot of pressure on you. And I feel what you mean when you're like
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of pressure, and like even though it sucks that like people don't see that like
yeah, we're
I'm
all
human.
human.
We're all
Yeah,
humans, and we all go through like stuff, you know.
right.
And the fact that people didn't believe me, it kind of like they break my heart because like, you know, like it's like, you know, you're really gonna cancel me just because I can't go to your event, you know. Yeah, and I even told them, like, you know, my because my dancers were in contact with them.
Right.
They're like, hey, like he's gonna send someone, you know, tell them that, you know, I'm gonna send someone, and then, you know, they end up saying no, you know, he's unprofessional, shala. And I'm just like, you know what, you know,
Wow. So you were
in my
still they were
conscience,
still gonna perform and
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
but they
but
were like, nah.
no, they got different teachers. So, you know,
Wow.
in my conscience, like I know that, you know, I did my best for those quinceañeras,
Right.
and basically, you know, if they don't believe me, that's on them. That's
Yeah,
on them.
definitely.
You
Yeah.
know, but my life comes first.
Of
You know,
course.
my life comes first. Even though they're paying me, but like, you know, it's something that like it happens like out of like not like
Yeah, it's
basically.
it's like it's when you least expect it.
Yeah, and like I said, shout out to my team. If it wasn't for my kids as well, like, you know, my instructors, I wouldn't like I would be like literally like without clients right now.
Yeah, yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out to the team. Yeah, I've always again to touch base back on one of the previous pods with my boy Leo. He said the same exact thing. Like without his team,
you're nothing.
there's nothing. You need a
Yeah,
strong team. My team right now, same thing. I'm a solid team. Everyone that surrounds me in the Nova events industry. It's a solid team, and I love it because they know what to do. They know how to react when something happens. And again, out, you can't, to a certain point you could do everything by yourself, but there's one time where you need people, and you need people
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
trust. And when those people that you can trust, come through and they perform how hopefully one day you expect them to perform, not, I'm necessarily saying like in dancing, but like
Yeah.
they take up responsibilities that maybe they didn't even need to take up, but
Yeah.
to, in order to be, help you or whatever, your team is present. So yeah, shout out to all your
Yeah.
dancers and your team
And
that
to the
surrounds
people that
you.
didn't help me, I just say this: karma is a bitch.
Yeah,
Karma is a
so
bitch.
just make sure that bitch is
Nah,
beautiful.
yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. There's so many people at tags, so many OGs at tags. No one got back to me. They saw my message, but didn't get back to me, and which breaks my heart because it's like like I know these people. I know they're not like that, but like it's like um, you know, they just didn't help me, and I feel like betrayed. Like
Yeah.
I feel like everyone literally left me on my worst. Like and that's something that like I said, something that
It hits
it hits really
harder.
hard. Yeah, it hits harder because you trust these people. You
Right.
really gave them everything when they were in your team. Like and then for them not to help you, it's like that's crazy.
Yeah,
But
I mean
yeah,
it happens. It sucks. The way I see it, I try to see it in a more of a positive light. You learn, you learn who's your real friend, who is really down for you. You learn in those same exact moments. My mom always said, "Los amigos verdaderos se conocen cuando estás en la cárcel, unfortunately, o
o
cuando
estás en el
estás
hospital.
en el hospital." Yeah, so basically, you'll know your real friends either when you're in jail, when you land in jail, or when you land in the hospital, when you need that
Exactly.
help, when
Yeah.
you're vulnerable and you need that help. You know, don't worry, man. We're in the same boat. Like I've
Yeah.
had
No, but
so
shout out to
much.
Magic too, cause Magic is real. Like he's a
Yeah,
real
Matt.
friend.
Yeah, big
He's
shout
a
out to
real.
DJ Magic. I don't know him very close
Mm,
as I should know him,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I know him enough to know that he's a solid dude. That one time I needed him, he didn't know me, he didn't do it. I was like, yo, bro, cover me. Obviously, he even worked for like a certain budget that I gave him.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, don't worry about it. I'll make it happen. The event came out beautiful. Everything was amazing. And yeah, I mean, for what I see, we haven't kept that much in touch. Magic, got to pull up to the pod.
Yeah.
Uh,
Literally.
but he just works.
Yeah.
He stays out of people's ways. And just
Out of
works.
drama,
Yeah, out
basically.
of drama.
Yeah, drama. Not. Yeah. Shout out to him because he was the only one that took me out on my birthday. Him and
Oh,
my other friend Melanie. Yeah, they went to pick me up at work, and they took me out.
shout out to
Shout out,
Magic. Big
brother. Shout out.
shit. Better take me out.
Those are real friends. Nah,
But
those are real friends. Like
yeah, of
honestly.
course, of course. Yeah, it's not necessarily the friends that you go out drinking with, you go out, because those are always gonna be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
whenever you got something going on, they will always be there.
Yeah.
But when it's like time for when you need the support, you need the help. That's who you see a
Yeah,
real friend.
exactly.
Same thing with
Yeah.
this pod. Like not talking smack and no anything, but a lot of my friends, they see that I got a lot of this thing going on, but nobody like not even likes, shares, nothing. And you know what's crazy? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that your friends are not gonna be there when you think they're gonna be there. I'm completely fine with that because on the other side of it, there's people that I haven't talked to in like ages, people that I don't even know, and they're supporting me like 10 times over.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You get to discover these amazing people that they don't know you necessarily personally. They don't know, but they love what you're doing. They love what you're trying to start, and they're supportive. And not all of my friends. A lot of my friends are very supportive. A lot of my friends are
Yeah.
very very supportive.
But
So
there's
shout out
some
to
that
everyone.
goes a little bit more like extra. They're a little bit more
Yeah, and
like
it's more. It's even amazing when it's like people again people that you don't know. You know that you kind of know them or but when you like you put something out like this project, which is the Chill Talk podcast, and they start popping out with like just sharing stuff and
yeah.
sending you just a message, just a message of encouragement. Like it doesn't take much. I mean, again, I don't expect it from anyone, but when you get to see those messages, like, oh, I'm excited for you, like, man, that gives me so much life. Like, it gives me,
So much motivation.
yeah, like, man, those just little bit. Those are the words that gets me. Like, yo, I'm super excited for you for this journey, man. That gets to me, And I've got a bunch of those messages. So shout out to everyone that has, supported. Everyone that doesn't, it's okay. It's to expect again.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
to
Yeah.
expect. But yeah, definitely shout out to everyone that's supported you. But yeah, damn, that was a rough start to
Yeah,
2024.
2024 was really not my year, and like I said, sometimes you get like those stories like, oh, pero tus niños no hacen esto, your kids are fooling around, you know. So that's why, like, I feel like,
Which is crazy because if you know choreography de la luz, el
I'm a strict
jefe,
person. I'm a strict person.
strict.
Like me, like I don't play games. I feel like I was more strict back then.
But
Shout
I
out
feel like
to
you kind of have to be.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You have
yeah.
to be for it to come out.
Nah, but I was fucked up back then. I was up to the point like I will make these kids like practice in the snow if they come late to practice, or up to the point where like I would like okay now you guys gonna know me, but like I would curse. I
We
would
need him. We
curse.
need him in the military.
Literally, no, like honestly, nah. Shout out to the OGs that stood there by my side, even though with all the screaming, all the yelling, all the cursing, or all the basically. Oh, so one thing I used to do with my OGs, you don't come to practice, you wouldn't get paid fully. One thing, like for example, you do something wrong, minus 5 point. I mean, minus $5. So like I was really strict back then.
Okay.
Up to a point where like people hated me. Like all these dancers back then hated me. But I feel like that's why I became a well-known teacher. That's why I became like oh shit, like that's why everyone wanted to join my team because
Right.
like I really had like high expectation on my
Right.
dancers. You know,
And I'm guessing if people went into your dance like back then, they knew
yeah.
what they were signing up for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
basically. And but even though like with the rough teaching, I feel also I was that way because I had rough teachers back then.
Right.
Like I probably like one borrowing teacher that was really nice and sweet, but the rest of them like my folklorical teacher was really strict. Like you would come late to practice, he'll make you run the whole church basement.
Right.
Until basically he tells you to stop, or like let's say you got the step wrong. He'll make you run the whole basement until you basically like he tells you to stop. And yeah, and I feel like that's why I am who I am. And also like I said, but I feel like con disciplina todo se puede. Con
Yeah.
disciplina, if your kids have discipline, then everything's gonna come out good.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
me, like Noah said, I'm really strict with my choreographies. It has to be sharp, clean, executed really well. On point.
Right.
Because sloppiness is not.
Yeah, because a lot of people, what I feel like, I'm gonna put myself in
Mhm.
like a customer point of view, or right. You, let's say a call you got right now earlier before we started, and then you send them a video like, hey, look, this is a little bit of our work, right? Now you have an expectation up here,
Exactly.
like, oh shit, it looks like that now. That's what my daughter's gonna look like, that's what or son, whatever you do, or maybe it's a wedding choreography because you do that too as
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
wedding
We do
choreography.
what it's too.
So you're like, damn, my dance is gonna be like that, So now you have to meet that standard of performance, basically. And if you don't, you look
Yeah,
bad. The
I look
dancers don't look
bad.
bad.
The
You
dance.
look
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. I look bad as a teacher.
Yeah.
And then like like a lot of teachers end up like only focusing on the chamelanes. With me is I like to focus on the chamelanes and the quinceañeras. So
Right.
that's something that also like I guess stood out from me is
Right.
that not only my chamelanes has to look good, but the quinceañera as well.
Right.
And back then,
Which is like the main,
yeah, the
the
main
main.
point,
Yeah.
and back then, shout out to those some few quinceañeras that really like stayed having contracts with me because I would like I made like at least like five like basically I made them like cry basically.
Okay.
But it's because like I said, I was really strict. I
Right.
was really up to like lo haces bien o porque lo haces bien porque lo
Right.
vas a hacer bien. But besides that, parents. One thing I loved is that parents were supportive though.
Oh
Like the
yeah.
parents were like, you have to be strict. You have to be strict. Si
But
no
it
se
was
mueve.
these were dancers that they brought, or like your guys'
No,
dancers.
sometimes even with dancers or with my dancer or without my dancers,
Yeah.
they will be like, you have to be strict. You
Right.
have to be strict. And then más con las quinceañeras, no, like make her move, like quiero que se mueva mi hija.
Right, because bro, if you don't know, these parties are expensive.
Yeah,
like these parties,
expensive.
everything from
Well, back then, not much, because I think like with like 8,000, you could do like a lot.
Yeah, but now
right
everybody, like
now,
all the quinceañeras now we've been doing nowadays are like, I just saw a venue earlier today that I'm doing in Long Island City. I didn't even know this venue existed, and it's like in a hotel or whatever. Super, not like a 2-level freaking thing. I'm like, damn, bro, what are they working? What are their parents working?
Yeah.
Like, like these quinceañeras they're crazy, and we're not talking about like before, like you said, $8,000. Yeah, maybe even $10,000, $1,000 you could pull off something nice. The prices nowadays, like I don't want to assume, but like I've done the math. I don't know if you've done it before. I've done the math. Like, okay, this like, and like we know around the prices of what things are. Some quinceañeras are like upwards to like 50 to like 60, 70, 80,000.
So it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, I threw my little sister's her 16, and I wasted about 80K. 80K.
Te güey no me invitó.
Oh, you know what?
Caught.
That's it. Okay, me voy.
Nah, you made it up. You made it up.
I made it up.
You made it up.
Honestly, like you waste a lot. Like even like on the small details, you always waste a lot. And like honestly, like
if you see something on Instagram, like, ooh, I want that.
Ooh, I want that, exactly. And I don't know if you follow me, guys, but those
Pretty
who follow
sure
me,
you do.
yeah. I mean, those who follow me, you'll see that my sister had a famous team from Texas, the AB Boys, and trust me, that they're really known in Texas, and they were not cheap. So just letting you guys know, it was expensive.
Yeah, I mean, you had to go all out.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was my last sister. It was my last sister. So she had a banda, she had cabrera, she had sonidos. I was like, the sonido I didn't know, but my dad got sonido. But I was like, yeah, she had like.
Yeah, these parties are crazy. Like these parties, and the worst part or the best part in our case, but that they don't stop. They're getting crazier and crazier and crazier and crazy. Like
you know what's crazy during the pandemic, when everything was like okay, like we could go back to parties. People were making parties like if they never went to a party or never made a party, because I felt like people wasted more, like came out from the pandemic wasting more money.
That's what I'm not. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that, because I talked about it in my first pod that we're like I basically sold all my gear because of the pandemic, and then I bought everything and more because of people were just like contract here, contract there, contract there. I was getting like so piled up that was, God bless, I was able to rebuy all my gear and even better stuff actually, because we were just like so willing to make parties, you know, and maybe because they were like caught up.
For that but year. Even I mean.
But then again, where you get the money for this party?
Exactly. No, I think 2022? No,
the pandemic 2020.
Oh, 2020. It did teach us a lot of lessons how to save up too.
Yeah, no, it taught you how like you can have it now, but anything happens.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
it's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is you went freaking all out again. I get invited. But you made it up.
I made
it up. Now, just with your presence, man, I really appreciate you coming, pulling up. This podcast has been very, very, it's been going very smooth. Thank God to people like you and like all the other guests we've been having lately. Later tonight, we have another guest, because you guys are like helping out, and you guys want to even maybe put out your story, like your true story.
Yeah.
What, there's what people see, and then there's what actually happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So people want to give that side, and I feel like this would be an amazing outlet to do so. But the fact that you guys are like, helping this flourish the way it is, I really appreciate all of the guests, including yourself, bro. And you went all out. You have freaking a gift, the first gift of the pod. So thank you, bro. I mean, I got you a gift. I got you a little vasito to take home.
I was seeing your podcast, the one that you just released. I was like, no le dio nada. So I'm gonna give him something. I'm gonna give him something. Even though it's nothing wrong like not giving anything.
No, I appreciate it.
I had to do it.
It means a lot. I mean, it really does mean a lot. Like I said, even everybody's presence means a lot. But you just went all out and freaking got me.
I'm like I have to be first.
Little Don Julio. You best believe. I'm acting fool, yo. But yeah,
No,
yo,
but
my birthday's coming up too.
oh, really?
We gotta
When?
do something. 27.
Let's with 7.
Yeah, we gotta do
I'm
something.
down.
We gotta go. I haven't gone out, man, because it's just that like struggle you want to get into, that fight you
Yeah.
want to get into, like the health. I've been battling with it for sheesh for the past almost a year, and I get you, man. Like that being not physically fit messes with you in so many ways.
Yeah, it
That's
really
why I
does.
encourage everyone to do it, because one, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do if you don't do exercise, or because what you talked about earlier, the discipline is what gets you, because I told you right before we started the pod, I was asked, hey, you want some tamales? Every freaking ounce of me wanted to say yes, but it's a Monday and we're
Yeah.
restarting again. You can't let that mess with you, because if you want to achieve something, you have to hold it down. You have to be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I have a goal and I'm sticking to it, So yeah, I encourage everyone to hop on their way.
But yeah, at the end of the day, if like, for example, like me, there was a time where like I lost OD weight,
Yeah.
and then my family was like, "¿Estás enfermo?" Or like tienes la diabetes or algo? I was
Yeah.
like, no. Or like, you lost OD weight. I'm like, dude, like,
No one's ever happy.
If I'm fat, I'm fat. If I'm skinny, que me estoy
No, you
muriendo.
want to
Like,
know what I got? What I got when I first started putting like my pictures of like what I
Yeah.
look now. Now I have a big hoodie, but I dropped a little bit of weight. But the first thing I would get from my friends is like, damn, you're heartbroken, bro. You're heartbroken. Who broke your heart? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, bro. Like you're in the gym. You're like, I see you every day in the gym. You're posting every day. Bro, I just want to look better. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, Like you don't necessarily have to get your heart broken, to get into a better physical state. But I encourage everyone. You were telling me that you want to start, and like, if I can help you in anything, bro, and anyone that's been hitting me up, I've been getting a lot of messages of like, yo, give me your routine. What I learned, and it's been a very, very amazing year with this that I've done, is I've learned a lot. And the first thing I learned was, it doesn't matter if you're in the gym, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, that you could be there the whole. If you don't control your intake, what you put in your mouth, the calories, you don't have anything.
No.
You have to control that first, and then then you'll work into But that's a subject for another day. But yeah, I mean, anybody, I encourage anyone, because like you said, it's don't fucking bully. First of all, bullying.
Nah, but if you love yourself the way you are,
that is true too. Like, you don't necessarily have to be like. I feel like we get deceived so much because of Instagram. Like, people looking like this and people looking like, no. If you love yourself, you love yourself, and that's
exactly,
it. Period.
Yeah.
If you're secure with yourself, you're secure with yourself. And if you don't love yourself, then do something about it. Change yourself. That's it. Because change is possible, but it comes down to you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Discipline.
Yeah, a lot of discipline. Yeah, bro, anything else you wanted to touch base on? Any future goals you have? What's your top 3 goals? That's what I ask everyone in the pod. What's your top 3 goals for 2025?
2025, basically just do more YouTube.
Do more content? Online content?
And my new business I'm gonna start soon.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, I'm gonna be posting about it in these couple months. But I still like I said, if I'm gonna do something,
right, you want to get it, yeah.
Say the end, but yeah, honestly, like I said, a lot of things are coming, for next year, like new things, and I'm just grateful that I'm still here, because I went through a lot also.
Yeah,
with
of course.
The pandemic. I also suffer a lot. I went casi me moría también durante la pandemia, and
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Pandemic was hard, but
yeah, it was hard, but I mean, but I'm here, and hopefully, aquí seguimos, and hopefully, next year is a better year for me. And
this year.
Yeah, yeah,
this year.
Ya estoy pensando.
Bro, what's the jump into this year started?
No, but yeah, we're gonna start strong, and and I'm gonna lose weight. Watch.
Yes.
God
bless first. Yeah.
I'm like, esta pana se me va porque se me va.
Yeah, let's do it. And then I tell everyone, don't do it for what you look like.
Yeah.
Do it for what you're gonna feel afterwards. One, physically, because you feel like, it's true. You will have more energy. You will feel like doing more stuff. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll naturally just, you'll release dopamine. You'll release you'll be happy with yourself. Happier.
Yeah.
Not that you're not happy with yourself right now, 'cause I'm pretty sure you are, but you'll be happier, and every ounce of progress, I'm telling you because I'm going through it, every little ounce of progress, whether it's you drop 1 pound, half a pound, whatever it is, it's just like a high that you don't get anywhere else, because you worked for it. I feel like being in the gym and all that is the one thing you can get, because one amazing thing you can get is that you see you get what you put in.
Yeah,
So the amount of
exactly.
work you put in, you get back.
You see
So I
the
really
results.
wish you the best on that journey. Like I said, if you need help in anything, and any of the little knowledge that I don't know that much, on the gym and fitness, all that. But any of the little knowledge I know, I
Yeah, yeah,
will
yeah.
gladly help you, bro. Because I
It
know it's
will be
not
helpful.
easy.
Yeah, it
It
will.
is not easy. I
No.
a lot of trial and error. Where a lot of bullshit months. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of first couple
Yeah.
months were like bullshit. Where like you go into the gym and you just like start doing random shit.
Yeah.
Just to feel like you're doing something. But eventually, you need to go through that phase to eventually
Yeah.
start getting the rhythm and the consistency to do something to eventually impact. There's a book I read, a book right there that I got recommended. It's called The Compound Effect. That book basically teaches you that and this works in both negative and positive. Every little thing you do will affect you later on. It'll pile up. It'll compound. So every little lift, every little soda you don't pop or any whatever, it'll build up to eventually, maybe not now, maybe not in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, but it'll eventually give you an outcome. And you
Yeah.
want to use that effect positively, because it can work the same way. Like, si sales like me, the DJs,
Yeah.
salimos de las quinceañeras at 2, 3 in the morning, and in New York, a lot of things are open. Like,
Yeah.
los tacos, everything. What would I do? I'm gonna lie, sometimes I still do it. But la torta, la
Las tortas,
semita.
las semitas.
Oh my God,
I'll be seeing you.
103rd.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you sometimes in
Yeah.
103rd.
Bro,
With
exposing
Melvin,
me.
with Melvin. With
I've
Melvin,
been
getting
trying to eat my
semitas. Yeah.
tortas. Yo, but it's true. And you gotta like sometimes like you gotta be like, oh fine, not today, Or maybe just choose a healthier option.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a lot, but yeah. Damn, bro, expose me. That is true. Tortas and 103rd. If you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Or sometimes I'll be eating their tacos too, and then I'll be seeing them like
We've been pulling up.
I'll be
all
like, oh,
tired
nah.
and shit. Like, if I just get my torta,
Yeah,
man.
because my studio is right here, like literally like 2 blocks down. So
Yeah, if you know Queens, 103rd is the spot for the
yeah,
food at 2, 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
You
Yeah,
get a lot of
definitely.
variety of food
Definitely.
there. You might get robbed, but you also get.
Oh no.
No, but yeah, man. Well, all right, and we're back, guys. We had a little bit of a break, a little bit of a refill break. We're back. So, my friend, Delaluz,
Yeah.
we have to touch base on this because I feel like everybody's seen it. Elephant in the room. I see that there's a lot of drama.
Yeah.
You can call it drama, beef maybe, going on with other companies. Is that something that like you get dragged into, or is that something like if you want to touch
Yeah.
base on that, I just seen it
No.
because
So I'm about to start exposing a lot of people.
oh
So these are the
shit.
few names.
Yo.
Nah, no te creas.
Yo, that was crazy.
No, but honestly,
I'm gonna clip that.
no, but honestly, like one thing about me is that I don't start drama. I don't start with no one. People always starts with they always start with me. I always have said this to people. Si tú piensas que eres el mejor, póntelo en la cabeza que that's gonna help you. It's gonna help you like motivate you to keep going, to keep
Right.
pushing your company, to keep doing like big things. So I always have said to my team, I'm the best. I'm number one. And then ahí luego salen los chismes, que esto, que lo
Yeah,
otro.
yeah.
And then, they're like, oh no, but he's not a good teacher, and he basically sucks. And one thing that I always tell people, I don't start problems unless like for example, if I see something that I don't like and people are involving me into, then I'm gonna say something about it.
Right.
Like for example, there's a lot of, I'm not gonna say the companies, but if the shoes fit,
Wear them.
Exactly.
Shit.
step on it, wear them. But
I
honestly,
feel like
there's
Cinderella.
Yeah.
Wear the.
no, but there's a lot of teams that do copy my choreographies.
Oh shit. Okay.
They copy the same like sequence of steps, and that's one thing I don't like. That's one
Right.
thing that I'm always gonna start problems with, because like for example, I'm putting my effort, my motivation to like
Your ideas.
my ideas into the table for my quinceañeras and
Right.
for other teams to just take my ideas. Like I find that incorrect. Like I don't care. Like for example, a lot of teachers are gonna say, "Oh, but you didn't invent that step, or you didn't do that first, you know."
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But if you copy my choreography step by step,
Right. One thing is like grabbing a move,
yeah,
maybe,
exactly.
but like the
The
full.
full the full extension, like we're like it literally if I show you a video of my dance and this other company's dance, you see it.
Say the name. We'll bleep
It's
it
the
out.
same.
Say the name. We'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. I promise.
Honestly, like bro, step by step, step by step. For me, like I could say I have experience because, like I told you, I have 5 years, or 4 or 5 years of ballroom dancing, and then 2 years of folklorico, 2 years of
Right. Right.
salsa.
So you
You
have a
know,
portfolio
yes,
behind you to
exactly.
back you up.
Those who want to talk about me saying that I don't, well, you don't know me. You don't know me, honey. Like you don't know me, honey. Try to get your facts straight because honestly, like I hate when people that talk about me and they don't know me personally. They
Right.
don't know like the shit I went through. They don't know like that my mom took me
Or they
to dancing
judge
school.
based on the superficial stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's one thing I do hate. Companies that copy me step by step, or a
Right.
company that that talks about the way I teach. First of all, I'm never gonna change the way I teach because I'm always been a strict teacher. I've always
Right.
been a teacher that see lo
And it works.
yeah, and it works. Because at the end of the day, I do have good dancers. I do
Right.
have employable dancers.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't have mediocres people like working
Yeah.
for me.
And your team is built solid. Well,
Yes.
and what I've seen when we've worked a bunch of times together, and you have like you have whether it's yourself or your instructor next to the DJ, making sure that the music is good, and then you have their your people that are like they're watching the dances, and you have your people recording. So you have like a big team that it's not just like
Yes.
ponerlos a bailar.
Exactly.
You have
No.
when your team performs, it's like it's not only the performance, but there's also a team outside that's like making sure they're
Yeah.
positioned in the right
Exactly.
spot. If they're using and like the flowers or the mantas or whatever they're
Yeah.
using, they have it ready. So it looks clean. So I've
Exactly.
seen that
No.
from you. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a really strict teacher, and everyone knows me. I'm never gonna change that. I'm never gonna change. You could like people could talk like as much as they want, but I'm never gonna change.
Hate me or love me.
Yeah,
That's
hate me or
that's
love me. I'm always gonna be how I am. And that's the only way I'm gonna have employable dancers, people that for example, like I guess what people hate is that when we go to expos
Right.
and every team starts performing, and then my team goes, we steal the spotlight. We steal the spotlight. Everyone,
Oh, okay.
all the clients come towards us.
Right.
All the clients come towards us. They always ask us like, oh, like who's the teacher? I'm like, I'm the teacher. I'm like, these are my dancers. These are my companies. That I'm not gonna lie. Like I do have teachers that work for me that are under, are literally like behind scene, like working with my kids.
Right.
But I pay for these kids like to learn from
Right.
professional teachers.
Right.
And like I said, that's why I always hate when people copy me step by step because it's like, there's other teachers that get involved in my choreographies,
Right.
that it's their work, it's my work. And like I said, yeah, I mean, I'm just really, really, really happy with with the team that I have because they're really strong. Like when it comes
Yeah.
to dancing, like they're strong in la pista.
Right.
Yeah,
They
so
show their skill.
they show their skills, the technique.
And now you got well, I don't know if this is new or not, but you got your girls too. Girls are
Oh yeah,
dancing
yeah,
too.
yeah. So the girls, I use them for expos, mostly
Expos,
expos.
okay,
Yeah,
right.
but there are some like quinceañeras that do hire quinceañeras.
Yeah, there's
damas.
I've seen
Yeah,
too.
yeah. They're like, oh, I only have like two girlfriends that
Right,
wants to
right.
be part of my choreo, but I'm missing like the rest. So I do end up like like telling my
Yeah.
girls, hey, like there's a quinceañera that's looking for female dancers. If you guys want,
Right,
ya
right.
saben.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of your guys' TikTok. You guys are like popping on TikTok.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
How many views you guys had on TikTok?
Well, we went viral on one of the TikToks that
That's crazy that it's only one because you guys are like you guys
no,
are
no,
on
no.
top
Well,
of it.
yeah, we have a lot of likes, but there was one TikTok that went viral that I asked, "Oh, will you have your boyfriend as your main chamelan?"
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that one went viral, and
A little bit of marketing back
yeah,
there.
yeah, that one went viral, and and we have like right now like 5,000 people like follow that's
Follow,
following us
yeah,
on
that's
TikTok,
crazy.
and then like I said, my kids are always active. They always like to do TikToks. They always like to like show off their dancing
Dance
skills.
skills, yeah, and that's good. That's good that
Hmm.
yeah, and I see that from your team that most of your kids love what they do.
Hmm. Yeah.
They don't do it just digamos por el dinero, just to be around the like clout or like the fact that people they fuck with you and they want to be around you. They're
Yeah.
like actual
Yeah.
le
They
echan
actually,
ganas.
yeah, and like, and I also think the I always what's it called? I think the parents a lot because I do have a lot of support from the parents.
I just make sure
I do have a lot of support from the parents. So shout out to those parents that are letting their kids go.
they're supportive,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. Now, question: do you think that well, these for the people that don't know what we're talking about, expos, it's like an exposition where basically a bunch of different companies from different basically dancers, DJs, decorators, cake. What do you call them?
Bakers.
Bakers, sorry, my bad. Bakers and stuff like they come to this like venue or whatever. Usually it's like a really nice venue, and then they'll perform like dancers will perform the dances.
Or demonstrate their
Yeah,
work.
demonstrate their work. DJs will put up like a little bit of their gear and videos of like how they DJ and stuff like that, or maybe even DJ live. Basically, it's like an expo. You get there, you meet companies, you see how they work, what's their prices, and sometimes they have special pricing in expos. Shout out! Oh, hopefully that the episode comes out, but you'll be coming out in a bunch of expos
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
yeah. January 26th, we have two expos
Two
that we're
expos,
gonna
okay.
be in. Yeah, the one in Sunset, Brooklyn.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, Sunset, Brooklyn, and then AYM, no, AYM,
AYM.
yeah, Studios.
Okay.
We're gonna be in those two expos. We're gonna be showing off, showcasing our perform our dances basically.
Yeah, and if you
And
don't get to go, well, definitely there'll be videos.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's always videos of these amazing performances. But yeah, so that's basically what it is. And now my question is, to you, do you see these expos as kind of like also obviously to get
Yeah.
network and clientele obviously, but do you see them also kind of like a battle with other performers?
Yes, yes, yes. Well, at the end of the day, people are always gonna have their own likings.
Right,
So, not everyone's gonna go like to us. Not
right,
everyone's
right.
gonna
Of
go
course.
towards other people. So one thing I do say that it's like a competition for me. Like,
Right,
you have to do your best in order to get work for next year.
right,
Or for not even next year, like the year that you're in, because if you go out, then you're gonna have work. But like it's one thing I always tell my kids, it's gonna make you or break you, to be
right,
honest. If you do bad, people are not gonna hire you.
right.
But I do say it's a place where like people, it's a competitive, like,
It's like a competitive nature to
yeah,
be.
nature, yeah. Even though like a lot of people say, oh, but it's just to showcase and not it's
Yeah.
not competition. Well, for me, it's a competition, honey. For me, like, either these kids perform good or they perform bad. They know the consequences. They know if we're gonna have job. During
Yeah,
the
yeah,
year.
because yeah,
So
you'll. That's where the contracts come in
yeah.
from mainly.
But one thing I want to say is this year I'm gonna stay away from drama. Amor en
Drama
paz,
free.
amor en paz,
Amor y paz.
amor en paz. Like drama free. I'm just gonna like focus on my team, and whoever's hating, keep hating. Okay. You're gonna make me famous, so just keep hating.
I
Just keep
feel,
hating.
yeah, people will always talk,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
whether you do things good, we were talking about this too. Whether you do things good, you do things
yeah.
bad.
Exactly.
People are not gonna like it regardless.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can't please everyone. That's something I've learned too.
yeah.
Just fuck it.
And then my
Do what
new
you gotta do.
business, I feel like I'm gonna get hated from like certain people that are doing this, but like like I said, keep hating.
Keep hating it.
Keep hating,
It's only
like,
fueling.
yeah, yeah.
It's only
Nah,
fueling.
but yeah, nah. Honestly, like
So that was like the main drama you would say that.
yeah. Basically,
Like,
si me copian, you're gonna have problems.
oh,
You're
okay,
gonna have
so
problems.
just make sure
But like I said, this year I'm gonna stay away from that. But si me copian, go ahead. I did it first. It's on my page. I'm like, it's on my page. Nah, but honestly, like that's the only thing. Y una otra cosa, si no me conocen, no hablen de mí. Like no hablen,
Makes sense.
no hablen. Cause like I said, um, like my mom did so much to take me to these classes. My
Right.
mom knows,
The
if it's true
struggle.
or not. The
Yeah.
struggle that I went through. the behind
Yeah, the
scene,
build up to
yeah,
what this
exactly,
is now.
the build up. And and si no conocen mi pasado, no conocen como yo soy, o no conocen nada de mi vida, no hablen, simplemente,
Period.
you know.
Period.
And then, yeah, I mean, this year, hopefully this is my year, to be honest. Hopefully, because
Yeah, God first. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
last year was definitely not my year. It was a year of crying, suffer, like going to the hospital.
It's the build up for this year.
Literally,
The
yeah.
build up for this. Yeah, I mean, I wish you a lot of success. You've had a lot of success in this industry. Like I said, most of the people, or if not, maybe all of the people in the industry know who De La Luz is. Who know that's from decorators to DJs. Like you mentioned the name De La Luz, and they're you know who it
Yeah.
is. At least in New York. So let's we. I hope that you keep expanding that. That
Yeah, that's the
amazing
goal.
company.
That's the goal, basically. Expand a little bit in Jersey, a little bit in Philadelphia,
Right.
and expand a little bit more. Not even it's not even about expanding marketing. Like, for example, like
Right.
I want to like people in Texas to know me. I want
Yeah.
People in California to know me. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all
And
about,
content will help a
yeah,
lot with
content.
that.
Yeah,
Content will help a
exactly.
lot with that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but like one of my dancers, I pay his flight to go to California to, like, do take classes with a famous instructor over there, which is AC-15 choreography, and other teams like, Royal Boys Creation, who else, Fairy Tales. They're big in California.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so he went to take classes over there. He did some TikToks. The ¿cómo se llama? The Hall of Fame, the Walk of Fame,
Oh
where they
yeah.
have the
Right. Yeah.
star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he did some, like,
And
videos
Hollywood
there.
Boulevard, if I
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like a lot of content, does help to boost
Yeah.
your
Of
company.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Definitely. Yeah. I
company.
feel like most businesses right now are fueled by Instagram and mainly TikTok, which rest in peace, coming to an end pretty soon.
I know. I
I think
heard.
there's gonna be like another app or something or whatever. I don't freaking know, but yeah, content and in social media right now it's strong, the strongest it's ever been.
Yeah.
Because any business, one video, two videos go viral, and boom, people know you. People that even want to know you know you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And any type of attention is good attention because you get you get this like level of popularity where like you could even limit your access to like how many bookings you want to get now because now you're more than anything you're more exposed, your work is more exposed and everything, so people get to see more than just that little like uh video that got went viral. Now people will click on their page. That happens to me all the time. Like I see a funny video or whatever
Yeah.
on TikTok.
And you save it.
Yeah, and then I save it, and then I go on their TikTok page, and I start watching a bunch of their TikTok, and then
Yeah.
let me go check out their Instagram. Boom, give them
Yeah.
a follow, and that just starts growing and growing and growing. So that's what we all wanna try to pursue. But yeah, man. Well, thank you. If there's anything else you wanna say, I mean, thank you once again for your presence. Thank you once again for the present. For the present. You like that, right? But yeah, thank you for taking the time, to be here. It's
No, thank you for
incredible.
having me.
No, of course, man. It's
It's such
incredible
an
that you guys want to
honor.
be part of this. And I promise you, that
I
once.
could say that I was, like, I was part of, the start when you become,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course, yeah,
when
definitely,
you
and even
become known, you know,
even the DJ, remember when we were
yeah,
like same thing, like we came up pretty much together.
yeah,
So
together, yeah, basically, yeah.
yeah, no, but in this project,
Hopefully, cuando esté comiendo su torta, he says hi, cause
nah,
no, no,
I
he's
always.
probably gonna be like, oh, te conozco.
I'm gonna have my security escort him.
No.
But no, bro. Thank you so much for
No,
pulling
thank you
up.
for
Thank you
having
for
me.
your
Thank you for
time.
having me.
This episode is gonna be coming out pretty soon. Well, if you saw it, it already came out. The expos, if because of the YouTube timing, if you didn't get to go, the videos will be definitely
Yeah,
on his page. So we'll link all his Instagram, website, everything you have.
yeah.
We'll link it down below in the comments. Once again, thank you for pulling up. Thank you
No, thank
for
you,
the gift.
and
We might act the Julio right after the podcast, with the Don Julio. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been an amazing episode of Cool Talk, Chido Talk, with my brother Nelson Delaluz, Choreografía de la Luz. Thank you so much, guys. Please
bendiciones, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful year. And hopefully, one thing I am gonna say: if you have a dream, go for it.
go for it.
Go
That's
for it.
a great way to end the
Hmm.
video. Please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And like he said, if you have a dream, follow that.
And this was a chill talk.
Chill talk. Yes, sir.